Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Muhammad. I'm from section 64. Today I want to explain about introduction. Firstly, from an operational approach, leadership is a social form of at least two persons mutually oriented and involved in a process by which one of them who assumes the role of the leader can be said to change in the other who assumes the role of the follower in a certain direction. Moreover, leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he wants to do it. Secondly is to demonstrate characteristics of a leader, you must be more strategically focused and rather than directing employees through tasks. They inspire and motivate employees to drive themselves. Leaders are also very focused on change, recognizing that continual improvement can be achieved in their people and their activities can be great step towards continuous success. And lastly is, however, the connection between leadership and the effective management of corporate strategy is often missed. The foundation of developing corporate strategy is the initial definition of organizational mission, vision, and goal, which are largely constituted by the leadership factor.
My name is Azlin Jamil. Okay, we're going to background of study. Three major schools of thought: the Ohio State Study, Theory X and Y, and the managerial grid have all suggest that difference in leader effectiveness are directly related to the degree to which the leader is task oriented versus person oriented. Okay, second, for this leadership consists of giving direction, setting goals, and making unneutral decision. Okay.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Syar Hizwan from section 64, course Human Resource Management. Okay, statement of problem. This study begins from the usual method is to provide adequate recognition of each worker's function so that he can forest the stratification of some major interest of motive of his in the carrying out of a group enterprise. Crude forms of leadership rely slowly and single source of stratification such of monetary rewards or the elevation of fear about various kinds of insecurity. The task is endured to because following other will lead to a paycheck and division will lead to employment. No one can doubt that such form is motivation are effective within limits.
Okay, we're going to research objective. The first one, to prepare and reinforce educated and marketable educational program. The second, to produce graduates who are competitive, balanced, and capable of realizing the aspiration of the country. The third, to provide professional workforce with integrity and is committed. Next, to provide infrastructure, equipment, and environment facilities which are conducive for the implementation of educational program. The next, to include quality work culture. And the last, to become a financially sound higher learning education institution.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Muhammad Awalin. I from section 64. And next research question: what is the problem to be solved? Every good research project solves some particular problem. Okay, about this problem and why? What have author done? And what your solution to be problem? How can you demonstrate that your solution is good one?
Definition of terms. The purpose of the study in leadership means different things to different people. A definition usually depends on the perspective, personalities, philosophies, values, and profession of those who define it. In its most basic form, this leadership is defined as the art of moving others to want to struggle for shared aspiration. First is job skill training. Skill training is designed to give employees the targeted training they need to acquire the knowledge and abilities needed to meet the specific requirement of their position. Second is health and safety. Workplace health and safety will also refer to occupational safety and security, refers to the right of every worker, regardless an industry, to perform his or her daily work in safety environment. Last is leadership skill. Leadership skills can help you in all aspects of your career, from applying for a job and seeking career advancement.
Every organization needs manager and leader, and their roles shall be see to complement its other. Optimal organization effectiveness can only be achieved if the organization has strong leadership and manager. In today's dynamic workplace, organization need leader to face new challenges and transform organization to achieve a competitive advantage in the marketplace. In addition, organization need manager to maintain a smoothly function workplace. And use research effectively. Finally, a balanced organization must have a combination of leader and manager to success. Therefore, Mara Polytech College has present a way to know in today's world. Human resource management play a very important role in daily life. On the one hand, soft and hard human resource management influences businessmen and allow them to grow rapidly.
Introduction Chapter 2. This chapter reviews several matters related to relevant leadership practice at College Polytech Mara Sempurna. The management as accessing direction of a group of organization through executive, administrative, and supervisory position. First is manager and team member need to be selected on merit. Second is manager need to earn the respect of their staff, patient, and supervisor. Third is manager need to have the knowledge, skill, and understanding of the role. Test is task and purpose of the service they deliver.
Managers and team members need to be selected on merit. Employee selection is the process of interviewing and evaluating the candidates for employment based on certain criteria, qualification, skills, and experience. Employee selection can range from a very simple process to a very complicated process depending on the firm hire and the position. Secondly, employee selection is the process of putting right man on right job. It is a procedure of matching organizational requirements with the skill and qualification of people. Employee selection is the process of choosing individuals who have relevant qualification to fill jobs in organization. Thirdly, the purpose of selection process is to pick up the most suitable candidate who will meet the requirements of the job applicant will be successful. If hired to meet this goal, the company obtain and assess information about the applicants in terms of age, qualification, skill, experience. The need of the job are matched with the profile of candidates. Lastly, any mismatch in this regard can cost an organization a great deal of money, time, and trouble, especially in terms of training and operating costs. In cost of time, the employee may find the job distasteful and leave in frustration.
Okay, next. Manager need to earn the respect of their staff, pension, and supervisor. First, manager can earn more respect by improving their communication with employees and explaining important decisions. The second, treat all your workers fairly and demonstrate that you value them with your words and action. The last, you should be consistent in your leadership approach and your expectation of people, so they always understand what's expected of them.
Okay, next, manager need to have the knowledge, skill, and understanding of the role, task, and purpose of the service they deliver. Management skill can be defined as certain attributes and abilities that an executive shall possess in order to fulfill specific tasks in an organization. They include the capacity to perform executive duties in an organization while avoiding crisis situations and primarily solving problems when they occur. Management skill can be developed through learning and practical experience as a manager. The skill help to manager to relate with the fellow worker and know how to deal well with the subordinate, which allows for the easy flow of activity in the organization. Good management skills are vital for any organization to success and achieve its goal and objective. A manager will foster and management skill enable to fulfill the company mission and vision or business goal forward with favor unless and objection from internal and external source. Management and leadership skill we often use interchangeably and both involve planning, decision making, problem solving, communication, delegation, and time management. Good manager are almost always good leader as well. For this chapter, we will explain about of introduction, research design, research sample, and research instrument and summary. Research may be very broadly defined as a systematic gathering of data and information, and its analysis for advancement of knowledge in any subject.
Okay, last I want to explain about research design. Research design is the framework of research methods and techniques chosen by a researcher. The design allows researchers to hone in on research methods that are suitable for the subject matter and set up the studies up for success. The quick data collection, a quantitative research, is carried out with a group of respondents who represent a population. A survey or any other quantitative research method applied to these respondents. The advantage of quantitative research are scientific objective. Quantitative data can be interpreted with statistic analysis. And since statistics are based on principle of mathematics, the quantitative approach is viewed as scientifically objective and rationally useful for testing. Lastly, for instance, quantitative research is weak in understanding the context or setting in which people behave, something that qualitative research makes up for. On the other hand, qualitative research is seen as deficient because of the potential for biased interpretations made by research and difficult in generalizing findings to a large group. Thank you.
Okay, research sample. A sample is defined as a smaller set of data that a researcher chooses or select from a large population by using a predefined selection method. These elements are known as sample points, sample units, or observation. Creating a sample is an efficient method of conducting research. A population is a distinct group of individuals, whether that a group comprises a nation or a group of people with a common characteristics. In statistics, a population is the pool of individuals from each sample of the study. The survey only aims to employees of College Polytechnic Marasampurna, Sabah. We also use a questionnaire in this study, and we have a good cooperation, and the percentage of respondents was 100%. We found our article acquisition quantitative data. Quantitative research is the process to collecting and analyzing numerical data. The advantage quantitative research first is a quantitative approach allow you to reach a high sample size. When you have a ability to study a large sample size for a hypothesis, then it is easy to reach an accurate generalized conclusion. The additional data that you receive from this work give the outcome greater credibility because the statistical analysis has more depend on the review.
Research instrument. A question is a research instrument consisting of a series of questions for the purpose of gathering information from respondent. Questionnaire can be thought of as a kind of written interview. They can be carried out face to face, by telephone, computer, or post. Questionnaire provide relatively cheap, quick, and efficient way to obtaining large amount of information from large sample of people.
For this chapter, we will explain about introduction, research design, research sample, research instrument, and summary. The qualitative research is defined as a market research method allowing for in-depth and thorough probing and questioning of respondents based on their responses. For instance, quantitative research is weak in understanding the context or setting in which people behave, something that quantitative research makes up for.